All right, so if you're using HubSpot to send cold emails right now, I need you to stop what you're doing and actually listen to this because there's a really good chance you're losing out on tons of potential deals without even realizing it. And first of all, I don't want this video to be trashing HubSpot because it's not. HubSpot is an incredible platform, CRM, and it's generally one of the best platforms out there for managing pipeline, tracking deals, and running certain types of marketing automation. But here's the thing, it was never built for cold email, right? And the difference between using HubSpot for cold email outreach versus actually doing it properly and using proper cold email infrastructure and platforms, it's honestly night and day, right? So in this video, I want to break down how using HubSpot is quietly killing your cold email results, what's going on with your deliverability behind the scenes, what they don't really show you, and also what a proper cold email setup actually looks like, one that you can transition to and start to get better results from day one, right? One that's focused really only on performance. So without any, further ado, let's get right into it. Okay, so let's get into it. Number one, HubSpot wasn't built for cold email, right? We have to keep this in mind. HubSpot was built for you to manage pipeline. It was built for messaging warm leads, people who opted into newsletters, people who opted into, your funnel in general. That's where HubSpot wants you to be sending emails to. It's against HubSpot's own policy and their user agreement for you to send bulk cold email outreach. Now, people do it anyways because I guess they are just uninformed, but it's against the policy, even though like that hasn't really ever stopped anyone from doing it. It is biting you in the butt because at the end of the day, you're going to have lower deliverability for not just your cold emails, right? But you're also going to have lower deliverability for your warm emails. So the emails that you're sending to the people who are opted in and want to be receiving your emails, those are also going to have lower deliverability, right? Which is obviously not good because those people want to be getting your emails, but they're not, right? So the main thing is HubSpot isn't built for sending high volumes of unsolicited cold emails, but there are other platforms to do that with a lot better performance. So that's number one. Then what does this actually mean to you, right? And the whole deliverability, I guess, issue is HubSpot, you roughly have 80% deliverability. On average, across all of your emails, if you're doing everything like if you're actually sending quite a bit of volume, you roughly have 80% deliverability. At least that's what this source says. And it is pretty similar to what I've seen other people say, at least on the dozens of sales calls that people say this, right? So that's 1 in 5 emails hitting spam or just not delivering, which is obviously a big problem. And keep in mind, that's 1 in 5 or 80% inbox placement for all of your emails. So the emails that you send to warm leads and the cold leads, right? Because it's all coming from your one domain. So the math is, if you're sending 10,000 emails per month with your HubSpot setup and you have a 20% deliverability loss or deficit, that's 2,000 emails gone, right? Which is obviously quite a bit if you're sending a decent amount of volume. So if you're closing one deal for every 2,000 emails sent, you're losing that deal every month, right? A 5K deal, obviously you could do the math for your own numbers, but it is noticeable and it is a pretty big opportunity cost that's just causing you to lose money for no reason, right? And another thing is if you look within your HubSpot and you have some sort of deliverability metric in there, their deliverability metric only tracks the server acceptance, which is a big difference than actual inbox placement, right? 100% delivered, if that's what it's showing you on HubSpot, does not mean that it's 100% in their inbox, right? Which is a big distinction. So even if it says you're good, most likely speaking, if you're using HubSpot for cold email, you're not good in terms of deliverability. Number one, or number three at this point, the speed to lead problem. So this is still like a big issue with the HubSpot system where responding within 5 minutes to your cold email positive responses is huge, right? This is a very popular case study. It's 20 times. It says it's 21 times more likely to qualify the lead and actually book them into the next step within your sales process if you respond in under 5 minutes, right? Now the problem is that with HubSpot, you can't really do that consistently, right? HubSpot doesn't have AI-powered response management or anything like that. But with the dedicated platforms, you're able to use attachments and other, I guess you could call it integrations that allow you to have automated replies when the lead is hot, right? When the lead is at the top of mind. And I'm actually, either I made it or I'm about to make a video on the difference that we've seen personally between the response rate from AI, right, and how we're able to get back to people quicker versus having people respond the next day or a few days after. And the difference is massive, right? At least for our clients. So you're losing 50% of potential calls just because of slow response times. And if you had a dedicated inbox management system, this would go away completely because you can get back to people instantly, right? With better responses and quicker. So that solves the speed to lead problem, which you're having with HubSpot. Now, that's good, right? You understand HubSpot's probably not the best place to be sending cold emails, but what does good outbound actually look like and how can you take advantage of it? Number one, you want to have a dedicated IP, right? So you have full control of your reputation and the server that you're sending from, right? With HubSpot, you don't have that. So private email sending workspace only for you is what you need because with HubSpot, you're taking responsibility for the whole platform as a whole, right? And that's why your deliverability is high I guess in conjunction with other things as well. And the way that you want to be doing it is you want to have 15 to 20 or 30, or for some people, we have hundreds of sending domains so that you can spread the volume other than just sending from your main domain that your website is on, right? So you don't want to have just one or two accounts. You want to have multiple domains, multiple accounts per domain so that everything is set up super safe and you can keep your inboxes for a lot longer, right? Which is great. We have some inboxes for like over 18 months at this point, which is kind of crazy. And this is what is gonna allow you to scale to 1,000, 2,000 for some clients, and for ourselves, we're sending close to 10,000 emails or a day, right? Without destroying reputation because it's all set up correctly at the base on the technology level, right? So other than being able to send a lot more emails, you're also gonna get that deliverability boost compared to HubSpot because you're just switching the platforms and it's going to allow you to do it. So that's what good outbound actually looks like. There's a lot of different platforms that have started to come up that you can do. We recommend going with Email Bison. That's what we use as our private sending platform for our clients and for ourselves. And the beauty of this is that you don't have to stop using HubSpot completely, right? HubSpot, like I keep mentioning, is very good for CRM, deal pipeline management, marketing automation to like warm leads. And that's going to increase if you only do that and no cold email on your HubSpot account. It's going to increase the effectiveness of that. And then if you also add in dedicated cold email infrastructure, right, that gets you cold leads to book a call and you can do everything there, that's the optimal setup, right? So you can keep your HubSpot automations and everything that you have built out there. But for the top of funnel outbound specific traffic that you're looking for, it's a no-brainer to switch over from HubSpot, which it's literally against their policy to do it. And then you can set up a proper email sending platform or use a proper email sending platform for your cold emails. So that's that. And then also you get the benefit of the speed to lead. So when they book a call, they get entered to your CRM, HubSpot, and then you can make everything a lot more efficient. So that's the system. Hopefully that all makes sense. Like I said, I kind of went through that a little quickly, but we kind of went through why it's bad, the different flaws, what good outbound actually looks like, and then you don't have to choose, right? You could do both. And like I mentioned, we use Email Bison for our sending platform. It is a super reliable. It's been around for one of the longest times that private sending has been a thing. So give them a try. And yeah, that's that. All right. So if you found that infrastructure interesting or valuable and you want to switch over from HubSpot to proper email infrastructure, we offer that as a part of our Done For You service. So if you're interested in learning more about that, book a call in the description below. There's going to be the first link. Just book a call there and we'll speak to see if it's something that we can help you out with in specific. We also take care of all the other parts and elements of setting up the cold email infrastructure. So leads, scripts, making offers that are working right now, response management, all that. So book a call in the description below and we'll talk then. Thanks.